Hey, community. Here's what's brewing today.
Pharrell Williams and Louis Vuitton.
Ask your auntie's racist friend.
And $5 billion Footlong. So get your cups ready for Minority Report. Hey, welcome to Minority Report. I almost said welcome to Pride Month. That was weird. Happy Pride Month. Welcome to Minority Report. Auntie Jerell.
It's Auntie Dewan.
And it's Auntie Jerell. I'm back again.
Hey, the queen in the house. It's Jerell in the house.
I had to make an appearance.
Yes. We can have the gay pride month and not have Jerell back on here. The other Jerell. Yes. Auntie Tequila Jerell.
Yes.
I'm so
How you been,
excited
boo?
to be back. Busy. Just traveling a lot for work. I'm currently in Springfield, Missouri. So yeah, that is hey.
and sorry to Missouri, community members are from Springfield, Missouri. Thank you for listening. Sorry about the O.
Is it crawfish season? Is that over?
No, we're in crawfish season.
Because it starts what, May or March?
March.
I can't remember. March. Okay, yeah.
In Springfield, Missouri, they known for their crawfish.
No, I don't know why he brought crawfish, but I don't.
Right, I was like,
although I was in Louisiana last week and had
there's some adjacency. Okay. You know, they got some muddy waters over there in Missouri.
They got some muddy
muddy water, muddy street,
muddy
sheets.
Muddy asses, probably.
Yeah.
Wash your hands and your legs and your ass.
Yeah.
I don't like crawfish that much.
I don't either.
Not that we're on this. This is a random topic, but
I don't either. I'm not a big fan of them, and I don't like what are the other ones? Prawns. I'm not a big fan of prawns either. There's something like I really like shrimp, but prawns, not my jam.
Not your tea. I've gotten into crawfish living in Dallas and being so close to Louisiana. So if they're done right.
Do you suck the head?
Girl, I always suck the head. But
she said, honey.
She said, you
season
already know.
Right.
No, we gotta keep it really tight.
No, honey.
She said, bitch, I got an OnlyFans where I'm just sucking the head.
Oh my goodness.
That's where you gotta pay that extra in the DMs with OnlyFans. It's like, damn, I already paid the $12.99. Now I gotta pay $29
with a regular subscription.
She said all these DMs are like, what that crawfish is.
I know that's right. That is too funny. Well, it's always good to see you, boo, and happy Pride to you. We haven't said it, I guess, in person.
Thank you so much. It's been a pretty good Pride so far.
Yeah, have you gone anywhere? I know you've been you stay on the road. So have you been able to?
So this year, since living in Dallas, this was my first year getting to go to Dallas Pride, which was nice. I will say that I had a better time at Arlington Pride the weekend after.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It was just.
I didn't know Arlington had its own Pride.
This year was the second year for Arlington Pride, and they put out all the stops, brought in all the big drag queens from Drag Race. Put on a great show. It was on the steps of City Hall. They have a big park right in front of City Hall, and so they shut down all of downtown, bring in vendors. It was really, really nice.
Arlington needs its own Pride because it's getting closer to Fort Worth and that whole area. Like Dallas is a bubble.
Yeah.
The more you kind of move to Arlington and then to like what's after Arlington, like Richardson and all that area, that whole
Dallas. Arlington is
okay. Oh yeah, Arlington is west, right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, even though Fort Worth is cute, it's different.
Well, I don't know if I've ever heard Fort Worth described as cute, but all right now.
The downtown area is cute. It's cute. No, you don't think so?
It's there.
Damn. Like, cause like that's where we saw the color purple there, and then they always had this arts fair that we'd go to every year, and actually some of the art in our house, there was this artist there that we'd always buy stuff that made like African American art and things like that.
Nice.
that we like. But other than that, yeah, I guess I don't know. Anyway, enough about Texas.
This old geography lesson.
Right. Missouri, Louisiana, Texas.
Look,
somebody's got to get a geography lesson because they ain't learning it in school.
You right on that. They just gonna ban everything. It's like, bitch, you ain't gonna learn shit. Y'all just gonna sit here. Oh Lord. But Pride is wrapping up, and I guess last weekend Dewan and I would have been partying our butts off in New York City Pride. We don't know. Obviously, we recorded before, but I'm assuming we did what we needed to do.
Yes.
So
I feel like by the time this episode drops, there will be bags under our eyes and like bodies will be hurting. And
just look at us at next week's episode because we're gonna record like the day after.
Right.
Let's see if I have a voice.
Haggard.
Honey,
we're gonna have to do the episode with with a mask on, with sunglasses, and with wigs. You know what? We need to have a minority puppet episode. We don't even show up.
We need an AI episode. A ChatGPT just fill in for us. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll do that after Pride. We'll do that after Pride week, and then we'll do that after market days. If we go to market days and all that stuff. So,
are you doing market days this year?
Who you at?
I won't be. I won't be in town.
Oh, because you'll be gone. That's right.
Yeah, I'll be I'll be out of the country.
Is that a question?
I know, right? Every year I'm like,
I don't know.
Who you asking? Babe,
I would have gone. I would have gone if I wasn't traveling. To be honest,
flights are booked.
She said that shit was booked last year.
We left market days last year, knowing what was happening this year.
That's true.
They need to treat market days like they do the cruises, so that when you leave, they're selling you a package on next year, so that it's all done. You got your hotel already locked down. You got your tickets into whatever. You can buy your fast pass into like all the bars and all that kind of shit. Like honestly,
like if you need a fast pass.
Honestly, think about that though. Like that to me, like, okay, think about just sidetracks for instance, right? If they charged $500 for a fast pass to get in per person to get in, you gonna wait in them lines?
It's true. I think about it.
Hell yeah, I'm waiting.
You know what? Like,
because I'm waiting in that line for free.
I'm like,
and I get to still look at the cute boys walking by.
But
if it was like $50 for the weekend, I would definitely think about it. I'd be like, okay, yeah.
No,
500.
Okay.
The only one.
It would have to have in and out privileges, but I would consider doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe 500 is a little steep. 200, I think, would be appropriate. 200 would be appropriate for the week. If you could do that for the weekend, you have a fast pass for the weekend for $200. I do it 100%.
You only get in the side tracks.
Right.
First of all,
like if we do sidetrack Roscoe Progress deal.
Let the record show I am not on the community board for whatever they're calling Boys Town now these days. But whoever is adjacent to that community, take the advice that I'm putting out there. Like, it don't make no damn sense that you got to wait 50 million years to get into these goddamn bars during these kind of weeks. This is a monetization issue. So, prioritize, get a wristband or some bullshit or whatever, that you can sell, and people about who wants to be standing outside just waiting in the goddamn line? Don't nobody want to be doing that. Well, I mean, if you're from the Midwest outside of Chicago, you might do that because, that's part of the the mystique of, we going to market days for the first time. This is so amazing. We never have to wait in a line in our little town.
Like, I don't want to do that no more.
Oh no, damn.
But see, this
Just
this
come over
why,
my house.
That part. That's why I love my friends, and I especially love my friend Issa during that weekend, because like Issa stay right there. So A, I stay with him, and then B, she know everybody, so she just be, hey, can you get us in? And I just follow right on behind. I'm like, thank you, Habibi.
Yes.
Like, get us in this hole. I know that's right.
I got a question for y'all. Do you feel like this month felt like Pride to you?
It started off feeling like that just because the first weekend is Philly Pride. So, and I remember, I think I said it a few weeks ago, where the energy was just a little more amped up this year, just because you could tell that there's some laws against our community and things like that. So there was maybe a little more fight in us this year for Pride, and it was still the kiki and people drinking and all that stuff, but you could tell the energy was a little more amped, like, bitch, you gonna see us this year. But then since then, I've been I went home to Michigan for a week for graduations and things like that, and that ain't Pride at all in Toledo, Ohio, and Saginaw, Michigan. So that kind of put a little in it for a little bit. But and then this past weekend I didn't do anything for Pride anywhere else, and then obviously end of the month with New York Pride, it'll kind of ramp back up again. So yes and no. Yeah. It started that way, maybe a little bit now, and then it's gonna end. Yes, for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Jerell? Has it felt like Pride this month for you?
I've been Pride all month long. I started with
really
Arlington Pride. The small town I was at in Louisiana had Pride going on when I was there. I mean, I'm in Springfield now. They got flags.
Hey, it ain't it.
They got flags. Beautiful gowns.
Beautiful gowns. But then I'll be out in Orange County this weekend, so I'm gonna have some fun out there. Hit up an airport. So yeah, we very prideful.
Very prideful.
And then I'm gonna end the month in Fire Island. So Pride has got me together this month.
She said, "I'm doing all the gay things."
I guess I'm just working. Damn. No. I'm like, no. Hey, I literally like, I turned around looking at this month. I'm like, I really didn't do anything that's like Pride this month. I mean, outside of like work stuff, like we do a whole bunch of like Pride activities for work or whatever, but like it just felt like a regular smegular month to me, and I really haven't been in kind of like the Pride-ish mood. Now, obviously, like by the time this airs, we will have gone out, for a big little party night in New York. So I guess by that time it might, I might feel a little bit different, but like I haven't really watched any like gay or LGBTQIA movies, series, documentaries, like none of that.
Yeah.
I remember because I remember earlier this week when I was taking the subway, I saw my first Pride train, because sometimes they would put like the heart, the rainbow heart on some of the subways. And I saw my first train literally like earlier last week. And I was like, oh yeah, they still do that. So it's like, it's been kind of like very not even hit and miss. It's been very miss for me.
Wow. Yeah. Even like, so like the building I work in here in Philly overlooks, at least the part of the building that I kind of work in, overlooks like the art museum. So like the Rocky Steps, that's what people know it for. And the whole month they've had like the gay flag waving out there. They've had the gay flags at City Hall here in Philly. We have our gay flag up and things like that. So, and then even just up and down our street, like there's been quite a few flags put out this year. So I'm like, okay, come on, neighborhood. That's right. Step your pussies up. I love it.
Yeah.
And then honestly, I think we're gonna keep the flag up the whole summer. Say that again, Jerell?
I said I've been spreading my pride all over town.
I bet you have. Huh? I bet you have. Do tell.
She gave me.
Do tell.
She said, "Give me one margarita."
Right, give me one margarita. And I'm gonna open these legs. Give me two margaritas. I'm gonna give you some head.
Baby, we'd have made it
summer block.
Half margaritas, okay?
That part.
I hope that lady is getting paid.
Honey,
That's
I
a
hope so
whole ass
too.
bop.
Yes. I
You know
love
what?
it. I
All
love it.
you got to do is come up with a good hook.
Honey, it got
That's
us
it.
all the way together.
I mean, look, you see what happened with you about to lose your job. Like
Honey,
literally, that's
right.
all you need is a hook.
That's it. Shit, that whole summer. Give me one margarita, I'ma open my leg. Give me
Yeah.
2 margaritas, I'ma give you a head.
I need to
Give me
stop
3
doing
margaritas. 4 margaritas. 4 margaritas. 4 margaritas. Oh yeah. But yeah, no, it's felt so pride for me.
Yeah.
And honestly, going into next year, we just need the rest of the year to be pride because we keep saying that it's just like these laws that they put in. We got a lot of big elections coming up in the next 2 years or a year and a half, really. So stay proud, get the voting, register voting, all that good stuff.
You know, in another week it's going to be 4th of July, and that's on a Tuesday, which kind of sucks because I mean you do get a day off in the middle of the week, but it's like it's nothing like having 4th of July on the
Do you get
weekend.
that
But I
Monday
also
off?
feel
We
like
get that Monday off now too.
no, we don't get that Monday off.
Yeah.
But we got Juneteenth off, so like
Yeah, we did.
that
too.
was dope. That was like super dope. There was a lot of like festivals and activities that were happening on Juneteenth that Monday that were going on that thankfully because now it's a federal holiday, everybody that work in the banks, everybody work for like the mail, everybody work for anything that's like federal, whatever. They was out there in these streets and it was just like,
period.
It was so beautiful to see. And yeah, I love like how that's like our Independence Day. Like I know it's like emancipation and like the so and so Obama. Good, I can't even talk. The emancipation from enslavement is what I was trying to say. But
2 whole years later, by the way, let's throw that in
there.
Right.
Like
the white people were still tripping.
Girl, in the South, they
Good
still
Texas.
tripping.
Good old Texas.
Still tripping. But no, it's just very cool. Like now that it is a federal holiday, and a lot of companies, not every, but a lot of companies are observing it and having that whole day off, which is great because now Juneteenth just isn't that sometimes kind of thing that happens that nobody can really participate in, or you have to use like your floater, holidays or whatever to take that off if you want to do that. Now, like a lot of people are taking it off. So I feel like this was the first year that I got a sense that Juneteenth is going to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger because it is like a federally recognized holiday.
As it should be. Yeah, for sure.
Did you see the clip? I don't think it's Good Morning America. Gail, what's the
CBS Mornings?
And it was her and the 2 other black anchors, and she was like, "Well, so and so's not here today. The only white anchor got the day off."
Right. June.
Right.
And by the way, I think Gail might be on that Ozempic train. She looking hella good right now. She losing a hell of a lot of weight.
There's a lot of people that's on that. There's a lot of people on that.
Got to get on it.
I'm gonna say I got my doctor appointment coming up. Ozempic.
Yes.
Go ahead. But yeah, no, I did see that clip. That was funny. I like Gail because Gail is like almost like the Oprah alter ego. Gail ain't scared to say some shit.
Yeah.
Robert.
Seriously, she ain't scared to say some shit. Oh man. Well, anyway, I mean, let's see here. Did y'all watch the Louis Vuitton show? By the way, the Pharrell show. Honey.
Yes.
Honey.
Okay.
So I like when you hear me say the honey drawn out like that, like that was fire.
Okay, let me ask you this question. What was more dope? Was it the clothing or was it the music?
Well, the music was going to be fire because it's Pharrell.
but this is a fashion show, so which was more dope? Because at the end of it, I was perplexed. And
you were perplexed.
What really made it? I was perplexed.
I think it's the setup in the music. Like there were some bomb pieces of clothing,
Yeah.
but I don't think the entire line as a whole like kept me interested. It was everything going on outside
I mean,
of
he had
the clothes.
76 pieces, like 76 like
Looks.
pieces or looks. Yeah.
Looks.
I was like, that's a shit ton of looks.
That's a lot.
And it's hard to do. It's hard to be cohesive when you have 76 looks. So I think that might be where it might be the misstep. But I think he had to go that grandiose from the get-go because the expectations of Pharrell is already a grandiosity moment. So I think moving forward, he'll be able to pare down, scale down a little bit. But I think from the gate he hit the show, A, you're following up Virgil, who is amazing, and wanted to keep that legacy going. B, Pharrell's a celebrity as it is, so he knew he had to get the Beyoncé's, the Riri's, the Zendayas out there. So he's like, I can't have them just fly over here to Paris for like 12 looks.
Well, and
so bitch,
and
I'm
that's
gonna give
also,
them all 76 and have like 5 new songs and
and let's be clear, it's not like it's unreasonable to have someone like Pharrell who has had his own and continues to have his own lines of work. Like he's done a lot of collaborations with Adidas. He has his own billionaire boys club line, which is a little bit more, a little bit younger.
Louis Vuitton when Marc Jacobs was there back in the early 2000s too.
So like he's got a point of view. It's just, first of all, A+ for the whole thing, like A+. I would give the clothing a B because like Jerell was saying, there was really not a lot that was just like I was gooped and gagged. It wasn't anything that was like very, very new. I can tell thematically it was about the accessories, not really about the clothing. So it was about the bags, it was about the eyewear, it was about the accessories and outerwear. It wasn't really about the clothing. And quite frankly, it felt a little reminiscent of what Thom Browne does. Thom Browne is the American artist that does a lot of like suiting with like you see like 2 or 3 stripes that are around like the arm or the leg and blah blah blah. You see a lot of basketball players wearing his stuff. You're starting to see a lot of his stuff on the runway. You saw a lot of it.
Y'all know who Thom Browne is. RuPaul just wore it in the last episode in that blue suit,
and it looked horrible.
Well, I mean that's a whole nother thing, but at least they know recent times of what the Thom Browne suit is.
So from like a pure fashion perspective, I just felt like it was a solid B. It did what it needed to be done, but the setting, like that runway, God. they walked a goddamn a mile.
Noof, however you say it, honey, right? And the funny thing, I was watching that shit. They got to the end. I was like, "Oh, where are they gonna go off at?" They had to turn around
and go all the way back.
I was like, "Bitch, I know they sweating."
And then they brought up the little mini pickup trucks, carrying the little Louis Vuitton boxes.
I was like, I need that job. I need that one.
I would be so mad, like walking all this goddamn long and then have a truck riding behind me. That's like being at the airport. They have them little cars.
The last walk again. I was
right,
exactly. They got their steps in today.
Right. You know who else got their steps in? All the people that sat there because they had to walk. Think about all the people they had to walk from either one side or the other to get to the middle. They're gonna have to walk all the way back when it's all said and done. And I was like, I wonder how they got the celebrities over there. Like,
how did Beyonce get there? How did Kim
get there? Because she was in one of them little Louis Vuitton trunks.
She popped out.
But can we talk about the music? Can we talk about the music though?
Oh God, yeah.
Just
from the get-go.
I'm just gonna say the way that the music built from very beginning, starting out more on the classical note and then ending with the gospel, was just chef's kiss. It was so dope.
And all of it was created by Pharrell.
Yeah,
all of it.
And it was and seeing all like the musicians and the artists that were performing, like the fact that it was live music. It wasn't like like just stereos bumping or whatever, but it was like live honey. That was next level.
The crazy thing, like the choir director is his uncle. Like his uncle is a pastor, so
Really?
he was the one that directed the choir. The choir's from Virginia. He had Clips back out there, Clips with a brand new song because Malice does not rap anymore. Malice don't found God and said, I don't rap no more. Came out with a brand new song with his brother Pusha, which was fire. Like you saw Beyonce and Jay there. I was like, ooh, Jay about to get on the remix. And then after all that was done, then Pharrell and Jay put on a mini concert. Like, this, it's just incredible to see blackness. Like, it was a black ass show. Because even if you don't care for the clothing as much and things like that, the clothing was black as hell though. You gonna see all the black people wearing that shit this whole winter.
Yeah,
and I love that because it just, even though he's just the creator and Louis Vuitton's gonna rack in the dough because we're gonna be spending the coins still, so it's still not a black owned company. It just shows that we continue to climb this ladder and our influence is greater than ever. Because even the celebrities that they had there was the top of the black celebrities, really. I mean, like, you had like the Jared Leto's and things like that. But the creme de la creme were black.
The Illuminati. The Illuminati showed
Paris, up. Right, period. And so it just continued to show our influence on a global scale for a company like Louis Vuitton. Nobody thought we was going to look, no one, I guarantee you, 1900, they was not thinking this is what Louis Vuitton was going to look like in 2023. But guess what? It is. So, and just seeing just the influence of just blackness. I love it.
Okay.
It's the sigh and the look for me.
Because I'm about to say something slick.
Auntie Dion coming. Okay, what now?
Oh God,
that must
be good. I can't say this. Okay.
Please do.
Have to now.
Doesn't this...
Oh no.
Ain't this a little niggerish though? Like,
yes, as it should be.
but in the context of, like, I'm all for, like, Pharrell having this opportunity and whatnot. I guess the other part of me feels a little bit like, yes, I totally get like the black influence, but it's a black influence in a brand that is French. So it's still kind of like a little bit of appropriation of a sense. So like we're leveraging, like Pharrell, like the people to make it cool, so that it's pandering to, like
to the white people,
the black people and the white people that want to be black. So like,
but at least I think the slight difference. No, I completely get what you're saying, because I struggled for a while, even when they announced Pharrell as the follow up to Virgil, or even when they announced Virgil, it's just like, why can't we have our own line? And Virgil had like Off-White and things like that. So like, there's definitely lines out there that were like top tier, cost a shit ton of money, things like
luxury, true luxury,
very luxury, right?
Yeah,
but until we get that some more, the only other option we truly do have is to work for these luxury companies that have always been
work through
what people deem work
through.
So Pharrell needs to work for them to show that, okay, I could do almost like a Marc Jacobs, work for Louis Vuitton, then come out with my Marc Jacobs, and I'm now Marc Jacobs. Come out with Louis Vuitton, and then now I could truly be Pharrell and whatever that line looks like in the future, or whatever it may be. Because you're absolutely right. But you know what? Until I get that line, guess what?
I mean,
I'm gonna get all the. I'm gonna walk into this bitch with my gold teeth, with my gospel music, with clips,
and your Matrix eyeglasses,
honey, and make this shit as niggerish as I need to do.
What were you gonna say, Jerell?
I get that, but I think my takeaway from it would be, most of the time that cultural appropriation happens, there is there is no reach out to the culture that you are
Yeah.
appropriating. So, because Louis Vuitton could have created this exact line with influences from our culture without getting somebody who is a part of the culture to spearhead it. So that's where I'm like, okay, I mean, I get it. Like, he didn't have the line that was doing this, and they didn't have someone in house to do it. So you go find somebody to do what you need done.
Yeah.
Oh, so is he the house? So you saying he almost like the house Negro?
I did not say that.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, that's how it kind of felt.
That's what I was thinking.
No, like, I mean, but here's the thing. Honestly, though, that's anything. Unfortunately, especially in the U.S., anything in luxury in the world right now. I mean, that's been the history of the world, or at least the last 600, 700 years in slavery and things like that. That even like say corporate America now, literally in Fortune 500, I think there's like 3 Black people that are Fortune 500 CEOs. We're in the same situation if we're working in corporate America.
Yeah,
it's the same thing that like we don't own these companies and things like that. So
I think a little bit of a nuance is the fact that like you're not going to pull somebody like Pharrell, on salary. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to get paid. Right. Like, so it very well could be leveraging someone like Pharrell and his connections for the branding hype that comes along with it. Because quite frankly, when I look at, like, I want to encourage anybody that's, even if you're not really into fashion or whatever, or into like clothing in that kind of way, it's just still dope. Like, if you've ever watched like the Rihanna, like Fenty fashion show and like all that stuff, it gives that kind of showmanship and energy, which is just very entertaining. So, highly recommend y'all go out there and watch it.
We not about to go half-assed on this shit.
Oh God, no, we don't know how to do that.
But I guess the point that I was trying to make is the good news with this, even though like it does kind of tinge on pandering, or appropriation. This is a two-way appropriation, because what Pharrell got by being connected with this and being able to bring his vision to life is that he is able to tap into those deep pockets to shut down a whole goddamn street, paint the street, like
the oldest bridge in Paris.
Like, to be able to do this, you need like deep pockets. And so like that was really impressive. And I also feel like this was a really great like rebranding moment for LV. Not that they needed it, but like just to contemporize, make it more contemporary of the brand, because it felt very like the clothing felt very like accessible. This did not feel like a haute couture, runway fashion show, which like very avant-garde. It felt very like that shit that you saw, you literally could see walking down the street anywhere. And
until you go to Louis V and look at them prices, you go like, hold up, never mind, my bad.
Oh yeah.
The price is about to go up. You thought you was gonna be able to get Beyonce's outfit.
Can I get that card holder over there?
Right, that's literally what's gonna happen. Let me get that wallet, and that wallet's still gonna be $1,500, $2,000.
Yeah.
I like.
Put it in the big bag though. I want the big bag.
Honey, I want that. There was a yellow bag that he had. Like, it's almost like a buttery leather. It was like clap. Oh, I was like, that I want.
There was a
Corey, if you're listening to this episode, I know what I want for Christmas. Thank you. And I liked his I think he called it demouflage, like the kind of like the digital. It's like the play on the digital and the Louis Vuitton checkered. So I was like, that was kind of slick to me, like to kind of do that play on it. And it was interesting, the pants, like I don't even know what to call that style of a pant that he was doing. It's kind of like, I don't know it's not a flare. I don't know, like it was kind of like almost like a bunched bottom pant that was a little wider legged, I don't know what to call it. So that style probably won't look flattering on me, but I thought it was kind of cool looking, kind of something different. So
there were a couple of pieces that looked really good. I was more, honestly, I was just more impressed with the accessories than I was with the clothing, to be honest with you. Like, you know, the shoes, the bags, the hats. There was a really interesting kind of like mushroom hat that I thought was really kind of cool. Yeah, it was, the accessories really did it for me. And also, like, you can tell that and this is a trend that's happening in the fashion world, because things were so slim and form-fitting that they're now starting to become more baggy. And so you're seeing more boxier silhouettes. You're seeing, you know, the exploded suit lapels that are like, you know, 1970s wide, you know, and but done in kind of like a modern. So like there are interesting things that they're doing with like the shape of the garments, which is going to be telling in terms of what we can expect over the next 3 years. But again, like I didn't see a lot of really new ideas, because usually with the fashion show, the first garment that comes out, it's like it's supposed to be like your newest idea, and then you end with like the splash. And you know, the newest idea was like a khaki, it was a sword. It was a short suit. It was a short suit, and again, it had like that exploded lapel, and it looked cool. But like, I don't know. I would need to read up on it, because I literally just watched it right before the podcast. Well, like an hour before the podcast, and I need to do a little bit more research, because I'm just curious what his influences were, because it feels like this has remnants of like World War II Europe, like what you would see like military garb or whatever. It felt more like that. Like it had like a World War II European like military-esque style, but done in like a contemporary clothing. So I'd like to learn a little bit more about that. But like I said, I was more interested in the accessories than I was the whole, like the looks, the outfits.
I read it earlier. There's like 5, and I'm not gonna be able to find this article quickly. I should have kept it on where I had it. But there was like 5 things that like he wanted almost like separated. So there was 5 visions that he had. That's why 76 looks. 5 different kind of core beings. It wasn't World War II, but he almost had like 5 words, and then he also wanted accessories. So you hit it on the nose. Like he's like, I wanted to really contemporize accessories. I don't think he said contemporize, but like there was something in this article for GQ that he mentioned it in.
The accessories game for Louis Vuitton this next year, just based on what I saw, is so different. It's so interesting. It's so unique. The shapes are so different, so counter to what we've seen for the last 10 years, that I think that's going to be like, those are like signature glasses.
Oh,
you know, like signature glasses and all that stuff.
He said he imagined the 5 categories that would make the collection: tailoring, comfort, resort, sport, and core. And then he said his idea was to use the iconic LV Speedy bag in primary colors, riffing on the Canal Street counterfeits. But he says, I did what they can't do. Use real next level buttery crushed leather. So when it comes to his accessories, he's like, so it's kind of interesting, because like that's a big thing in luxury world, is like the counterfeits. Right. And it sounds like he was like, okay, like let's rip off of them, but make it like the real shit that they can't even buy. To make it. And honestly, that's gonna be the telltale sign. It's like, if he's using more of a buttery leather, you ain't gonna get that on Canal Street. You're gonna see that stiff ass bag and be like, bitch, I know that's a counterfeit. But anyways, and Smithy, I know you're watching, boo. What did you think? Because Smithy's all into Louis V and just like fashion as well. So I'm interested to see what Smithy says, and we'll put up on our story to see what the one and only Smithy thinks as well. All right, you know what? Let's take a quick little tea break, and then we'll go into Ask Your Aunties.
All right.
We interrupt this episode for very important information.
That's right. You've been asking for it for a long time, and we have heard you.
Yep, it's been a long time coming, but it's finally here.
Yo, aunties
got
merch! Hey, that's right. You know what? We got tees, we got long tees, we got sweatshirts, we got fanny packs, there's just a whole gamut of stuff out there. So go and check that out.
We are so appreciative of your love and support, and we are so excited to launch it. Girl, where can we find us at?
Ma'am, they can head right over to minorityereport.com to check out the selection.
That's right. That's MINORITEA report.com.
Woo! I'm about to go get me some myself. All righty, ladies. What time is it? Oh, she said I'm sleepy. We'll wake you up. We'll wake you up. What time is it?
Yeah. Ask your
Okay, let's see. Jerell, you want to read it? We'll let you read it.
Sure. Hey, aunties. I recently put up on my IG story that I was looking for art for my new apartment, and preferably art from a Black artist. I then had a supposed friend send me a message that said, if I said I'm looking for art preferably from a white artist, would you call me racist? Are you kidding me? If you have to ask me this, we aren't friends. With that said, why would you have handled this situation? How would you have handled this situation? And is there any coming back from this from the friendship? And what's your point of view? Girl, tripping over my words.
Yes. Oh no, you're good. And obviously the person that said this is Black, and the friend that says some shit was white.
Yeah.
I get tired of white folks saying, "Oh, what you saying is racist." No, ho, it ain't. Y'all created this shit. We ain't have this dynamic before y'all wanted to create this dynamic, and everything else in this world is white. So if I say I'm gonna get some Black shit, I'm gonna get some Black shit because I need to make sure that we stay relevant in this world because y'all keep trying to eliminate us. So keep that shit to yourself. If you said you wanted from a white artist, my first assumption would probably be like, yeah, you're racist. But then my second would be like, duh, because 99% of the shit out there is white artists.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just get tired of white folks always trying to change the conversation back to what we said is racist. It's not. We're literally trying to help our community because you guys are not helping our communities. And it's that point blank in the period really for me. So if you got hurt that we ain't buying white art, bitch, we don't. Everything else in the house is probably white because it's so prevalent out there.
Yeah, look at the carpet, the paint on the wall.
Right? It's just like, it's like, and then how you gonna tell me what to put in my own damn house too? Like that's the other part. It's like, how you gonna text me, telling me what to do in my shit?
Sit the fuck down, Christopher Columbus. That's what you should have told him.
Oh, come on, Christopher.
Sit down. Like,
right?
Just the fact that you asked that question says that you're racist. It says it. Because what that says is you don't understand why he had to say that specific thing because he wanted to, just as Jerell said, he wanted to support his community that has been significantly disenfranchised and underserved. So the fact that you don't understand why he had to have that caveat in there and why he would want to support his own community when there are a gazillion other white people out there that, first of all, are knocking off Black people art to begin with. But then second of all, that shit is everywhere. So if you're somebody's supposed friend, why would you come at them with this kind of question?
Right.
Like, I don't understand the motive. Like, what's the, like,
me either.
The motive was to get a rise and get a reaction so that they could then feel good about themselves and asking the question. I think the question could have been worded differently. Because if you're asking for maybe an Irish artist, well, now you're looking for a specific type of art. We look for Black art because we had no culture. You took it away from us. So Black is our culture. If you are Italian,
you understand it when we say queer shit too. Like you understand it when we say we're supporting the gay community. You understand it then. So why is it an issue, like you're saying, with Black community?
Yeah. Well, again, you know why it's an issue. Because they're racist.
Right.
Stay mad. Stay mad. Stay mad and stay out my DM.
And I don't think
this is
keeping
look,
these close.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep talking over you, but like this is what is that? Edna Kravitz bullshit. You know that chick on Bewitched always be staring out the window, always worried about what her neighbors are doing. That's what this shit is. You so worried about what somebody else doing. Like, mind your own damn business, Karen boy.
And for the last part, is there any way to come back from this friendship? There's always a way, but do you want there to be a way? Like that's just too much energy.
Question.
You don't have to put energy into a situation that you don't want to. They don't deserve, almost honestly, an answer really, and they don't deserve. If you tell them I don't want to chill with you no more, they don't deserve an explanation. Just move on because it's not your job. And look at this. This is what Dewana Jerell always preached to me, and I'm about to preach it to this person. It's not your job to always educate, the others. You know,
girl. How did the words taste coming out of your mouth? Because, honey,
it's not your job to always educate.
They were so sweet.
But if you want to break it down, why it's offensive. But then when you're done breaking that shit down, you don't have to spend your time with this person because clearly they, like Jerell said, we're doing it to get a rise out of you more than anything. Because I don't know, it just seems like it's so simple for other shit when you say, like you said, Irish or queer or things like that. But it's always an issue when we say we want to buy black. I don't. You
know what? Like the whole thing about like how would you have handled this situation? Now that I've had like a couple of seconds to think about it, I would just say, you know what? Why don't you put that on your timeline and then see what kind of responses you get from that? That'll tell you. You don't need me to tell you anything. Is that racist? I don't know. Put it out there. Put it out there. Tag your boss in it. Tag your grandma in it. Like, you know, like word. if you really want to know if some shit is off,
play if you want to.
Put it out there in these streets. Don't ask me in a DM where it's safe. You put it out there on your timeline. If you pumping out your chest so hard, go ahead and do it then. because then he, like, I don't know if it's a he or she, but this, you know, our community member went out and put their shit out there. They put the request out there in these streets.
Yep.
So, you know, like, if you're going to come at somebody with a DM, be like, oh, if I did this, you know, would that make me racist? Well, I don't know. Put it out there in the streets and see what the streets got to say about it. Well, and tag your boss.
That part of it.
Let me know how it shakes out
right.
for you.
Yeah, man, let me know how it went. That's the DM I want.
That's right. That's
like, other than that, stay out my DMs. Right. Stay out my motherfucking DM.
Mind the business that pays you.
Yes. Honey. Come on. Yeah, and that idea of, like, you know, is this a friendship? You know, is there any way to come back for this? I would venture to say that if this person was truly close to you and was your real friend, they would never come at you with some whack shit like this out of their mouth.
Yeah, they wouldn't send you a DM. They would have been phone
I mean, call. I don't know the situation. You know,
they would have found you a black artist to put some out in your home. They would have sent you some shit to your crib and said, "Look, congrats on your new apartment." That's what that friend would have really done.
I got you. Yeah. So, you know, I don't think y'all really even had a friendship.
Acquaintances.
Right. You know, like, and y'all gotta be really careful who you call somebody a friend, because, you know, especially in the gay community, you meet one person once in a bar, think they're cute, and be like, oh yeah, that's my best friend, that's da. Meanwhile, they out there Ku Klux Klaning and walking around with their little tiki torches and all that kind of bullshit on the weekends. Damn. Like, you need to be real careful who you use that word friend with. There are people that you know, people that are acquaintances, and then people that are like your friends, people that in your circle, they know you, you know them. Sounds to me like you didn't know this person, because clearly you didn't know that they had this kind of energy in them.
You were aghast.
Right. mean,
he said it sounded
I
to
need
me.
to stop.
Sounded to me that you did not know this person. It was the hand gesture and everything for me.
Yeah. Just because y'all was Facebook friends.
Just because y'all was fucking. How about that? Just because y'all was fucking.
Next time,
and then you didn't
down. Put the margarita down,
honey.
It was one margarita too many.
Hey,
and that might be the title of the episode.
Yep.
One margarita too many. Oh Lord.
Yep.
Yeah. But you know, and here's the thing: like we've all been in situations where people that we thought were friends or supposed friends broke your heart, broke your energy, you know, and that's just another life lesson. You learn it and keep it moving as best as you can, you know. So we've all been there. Maybe not to this kind of a situation, but like there's been moments where people that you thought maybe were your friend and you break your heart, and that's what relationships have. I mean, especially if you're vulnerable enough to like bring people into your ether. There's always that risk potentially of getting your heart broken, and things like that. So,
and on the flip side of it, there could be a world in a scenario where, in a universe where the question was truly genuine. Like the way that it's phrased here doesn't seem that way. You know, but there could be a world in which the question is truly like genuine. But again,
you multiverse, okay?
Well, the concept is out there. The concept is out there, you know. But I don't think that this is the case. I don't think this question
was copy and pasted from his DMs. Okay.
Yeah. No. And seeing the rest of the stories on the DMs or like on the story, just because this is where it came from. Yeah, no, that person was not it. That wasn't a true friend. So
yeah.
So
let it go, let it go, let it go.
Let that hoe go anyway. Continue to send your Ask Your Aunties to aya@minoriteareport.com or DM us. And honestly, that's what people do more than anything is DM us. Stay in our DMs for that shit. Other bullshit, no, stay out the DMs. And you know what else I would be staying out of is fucking submarines visiting the Titanic.
Who thought this was a good idea?
Well, honey.
Some white people.
Honey, you know who.
Y'all ain't got nothing else to do. Somebody explain to me.
That rich. That's rich.
Somebody.
What you want to do this weekend, Dewan? You want to go visit the Titanic?
No.
No. First of all, we have all seen the movie.
Right. Like, why are white people so obsessed with the goddamn Titanic? Let it go.
You watch the ship go down. Why you got to go find it? And then 2, you climbed in a tuna fish can and thought you was making it back?
Not chicken of the sea, though.
I can't.
You said you thought you were going to make it. Here's the crazy thing. Like, the more information that comes out on this, the crazier it sounds. Because, like, they have videos now of this guy that owned the company. He's like, oh, yeah, we have this controller. This is how you go up, down. And it looks like a PlayStation 5 controller.
It is.
I'm like, hold on.
Right. He just took a box triangle X and O off of it.
Honey, Nintendo Wii, all that. I'm like, come on. And then the other thing,
people's lives, and they
the other thing is like
the contract.
That part.
When the contract says 3 times before it is over, you might die. You might die. There is a chance you might die, and you still climbed in this tin can and thought you wasn't gonna die.
I would have climbed in that and been like, where the bathroom at? And saw where you go bathroom and be like, you know what? I'm getting out this bitch because y'all stink. That was the first thing I thought. Like, I was like, dang. They're like, it's 96 hours of oxygen left.
Wash their legs before they got in.
I was like, where you boo-booing at? Like, in that tiny contraption.
I do sympathize. Like, that is a terrible way to go. Like, you are like trapped under sea, no way out. Like,
no Ariel, no Sebastian, nothing.
None of that.
But you did
not even Ursula.
Ursula ain't saving your ass today.
Girl, you did it to yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
and I do feel bad because like they do have families and things like that, and like
Mhm.
I'm reminded like
well, here you go.
put that
They all clearly had lots of money, so the families are coming into something.
and the families must be okay because old boy was at the Blink 182 concert low key.
I saw that and I was just like,
yeah, what's my age again?
He said the tickets are paid for. The tickets are
like,
paid for.
My. Right. He said, I got these. He's like, I got front row, ho. I ain't missing this concert.
You listen to Beyonce?
She said, I'm about to max out all my goddamn credit cards.
Baby, they'll let me know when you found.
You said Beyonce. That's a word, though. You
missing
Beyonce.
You missing Beyonce because your cousin Ray been lost in a tuna can?
Damn.
Now, when he's found, they'll let you know. I'm gonna go have a good time. What you gonna sit at? You gonna sit at home? He dead and Miss Beyonce? What?
Ew, what you gonna do? You right?
Couldn't be me.
You right.
So now you just gonna be sad.
So Blink 182. Blink 182 is the billionaire son's Beyonce.
Need something.
He said they got back together.
You gotta have something to take your mind off your troubles.
I guess so.
But
like I felt bad because like I put that I put it up on Instagram, the Destiny Child, I'm a survivor on the raft, getting out the submarine. And Michelle Williams put, and I hope they truly get out. She put like some prophetic word. I was like, you know what that is, a whole word, Michelle. My bad. I ain't even mean to put you out here in these streets.
Glory be.
So I mean, it's a crazy situation. Like I don't know why the Titanic is such a lure still.
I don't get it.
Like we have so much technology that literally has mapped out the Titanic. We can see that shit online. We ain't gotta go down there 2.5 miles below the sea, under the sea to see in person. Like
clearly, it wasn't that great. It sank.
That's a word. I don't know. It's a lot.
These people need to get a life. This is horrible.
They're about to lose one now.
Right.
You said they truly do need to get. Oh damn! No, that joke is too there. Sorry. Let me shut up. Nope. So hopefully they get home safely. I mean, obviously the odds now is tough.
They're down to what, like 10 hours of air left.
10 hours.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah. And by the time this episode airs, we will have found out what exactly happened.
We will know. So yeah. Shout out to Arkansas. They overturned the. Wait, say that again.
It gives new meaning to sleeping with the fishes.
Oh, see.
You know what?
She got jokes.
I have been in the gym 8 hours a day working.
Bro.
This is my first adult time in a long time.
Right.
Okay.
I've been counting to 8 and yelling at little girls.
Oh yeah, she said, so I got jokes. But yeah, Arkansas overturned the ban on gender affirming care. Yeah. So that's good news. And honestly, a lot of states have been watching this case to see which way it's going to go, because it's going to have a lot of what's the word I want to use, precedents for the rest of these cases, honestly. So I hope they utilize this as the standard of saying, nope, this shit is bullshit. This is not helping children. This is not helping people. This is not helping families. And move us back on course to help our trans community, because these bans, it's terrible. It's terrible. So love seeing that. Especially at the end of Pride Month, where we already saw there was like, up to this date, like in May, like 500 plus bills targeting the LGBTQIA plus community.
Yeah.
So everyone that we could kind of get turned back on the right side of history is a good thing. Oh, and by the way, that made me think, check out Dewan and I, and Jerell couldn't make it. We were on Marvin. If you remember Marvin, what was his old podcast?
Melanated Social Work.
Yes. So if you
Melanated
remember, a
social
couple
work.
years ago, we had them on here, and then we were on their podcast as well. Well, he has a new one, and we just were on that one. So the episode I think drops today, or either yesterday or today. He wasn't sure which day it was going to drop, but make sure to
And it's
check
called
that out.
Chasing Liberation podcast.
Ooh,
Chasing Liberation podcast. Yeah.
And so we got to.
It was great. That was a fun conversation.
That was a fun conversation.
That was
just talking about
we were
coming
on
out,
one.
and we're always on one.
Well, what's wild is that so community, y'all know how we be, right, on our podcast, and I guess because these other podcasts ask us to come on, I don't know if they expect us to be a little bit more like subdued and more like crossing our legs and just being very demure in our like very podcasty.
They expect you to act
but
like
I don't know what it is.
Those houses.
Apparently,
right.
No, bitch. You invite us over. We kicking the door in. We wearing our shoes in the house, stepping.
Right. We gonna get a whooping when we get home.
So, baby, when I tell you that episode started off wild, and it was wild all the way through. I mean, we talked about some good shit, but it was a wild conversation.
About our gay journeys, really. Like that was kind of like the foundation of it, and coming out and family reactions and things like that. But we always go on a little tangent here and there, and dick and ass always come up. So
it's just, I'm always amazed at like. When we go down we have these conversations, I'm always amazed at like what comes up, like because you have all these like memories that are just stored in your brain, but you don't really think about them. I mean, just even after the episode, there were so many things that y'all have to listen to the episode because it's gonna feel very relatable, like this kind of stuff that we were talking about in terms of our coming out journey and all, and the stuff that we did and used to do. And
I almost feel like we need to have because we've talked about it. Like, I mean, this is episode 229. We've kind of sprinkled it here and there, and I think we've even had dedicated segments of just like our coming out. Mm-hmm. But I think we might almost need to bring it back because like there's so many more things that got triggered that I've forgotten about or haven't even really wanted to talk about that like from that episode. Where I'm like, oh, we should talk about this again. And honestly, like, I mean, we have a few minutes left. Jerell, you're not on every episode, but like, how was your coming out? Like, did you have a good coming out, or was it like, oh, girl?
It was birth. Maybe if there was a closet, it had a glass door. No, to be honest,
she did backflips out of the vagina. I grew up
playing in my grandmama's wigs, my mama's heels. What was it? I went to Shirley Temple for Halloween when I was 4.
Like Jimbo.
Really?
Not like Jimbo. But no. And
so you never really had to like come out really. Like they just accepted you from birth as you were.
Yeah. I was very, very, very lucky in that. Like my parents have always been supportive. Like they've known me and who I was before I knew who I was.
Yeah.
I think the only time I was caught off guard, maybe I was in middle school, thought I was hiding it, I guess. And my like, so you got a boyfriend? I was like, who? Huh? Oh,
it's like, oh, we see each other, mama. We see each other.
Not yet.
Right.
And I mean, I don't even know if me and my dad have ever had the conversation of me saying like, I am gay, but I'm like,
yeah. It's like, honey, you see it.
I grew up in your house, like you.
Yeah.
Baby, y'all, I had Barbies, like.
Yeah. No, I love hearing that because like there is this maybe a stereotype of just a Black community not supporting their kids coming out and the self-expression and things like that. And to hear the flip side, and that is not necessarily a stereotype, it's not a monolith of stories. To hear that side is awesome, honestly.
Yeah. And I think, honestly, growing up, I spent like 6 out of the 7 days a week in church. my parents got tired of me going to church. We don't want to run you up there again. Okay, like
right.
She said, "I get to wear these gowns all day. Yes, I'm gonna be in church every day."
I was praise dancer. I was in the choir. You see this role.
She said,
I know that's right.
I can't wait for it to be Christmas so I can wear wings too, bitch.
Easter Sunday and all of it.
But I think, and like, I still have a relationship with God, but I haven't been to church in probably since I went to college. I had conversations with my parents. Like, a lot of the reasons they didn't spend a lot of time in church and go to church is because of things that people in the church said that I was not privy to. And so my parents were like, we're going to distance ourselves. But they never put that on me. So,
great.
My parents were always.
That is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Very supportive of anything I ever wanted to do and try. And like, my mom started bleaching my hair when I was in 5th grade because I wanted to look like her. My aunt had bald fades, bleach blonde. Like, I want one too.
That part. No, I love that.
That's
I
beautiful.
love hearing that.
But
That is very
I've been a
beautiful.
sissy my whole life.
Her theme music at birth was Sissy That Walk.
No, but I do know that I am very fortunate, and I'm very thankful and grateful for the family and the support system that I had growing up. Like, I never felt unwanted or judged by any of my family, like aunts, uncles, cousins. Yeah, so yeah,
that's great.
Yeah. That is
in my experience.
Ooh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Mine
No,
either.
I grew up in the Midwest, so it was definitely not
wasn't the norm per se.
Not at all.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful though. That is beautiful, and it shows that it can be done, and the freedom to give your child that chance to just figure themselves out is huge without the burden of pressure and their baggage.
Honestly,
bag lady Erykah Badu,
my mom and my aunts. Let's be honest, like, they were stressing me up as a doll ever since I was born. So I wasn't born this way. They made me this way.
You're gonna like boys.
Oh no, but no, I
love it.
I had
and then I guess the last thing we had on this was here. Shout out to Tiafoe, the tennis player. He's the third Black man ever to be ranked in the top 10 of tennis. So that's dope. That is, which is crazy. I was like, God, only 3. But then I was like, the only other one that I could think was what was his name? Mackay Washington or something like that in the 90s. That's the only other Black man tennis player that I could think of outside of like the Arthur Ashe and James Blake, which were the other 2 that were ranked in the top 10. James Blake, fine ass. James Blake can still get it, by the way.
He still can. Can't play for shit though. Damn.
He but and then he was also in that Roger Federer and Nadal and Roddick era, so nobody else could play for shit besides them 3 people.
I'm surprised that we don't see more Black men in tennis. I was really hopeful. I was really hopeful that we'd see more. And there have been.
They got to keep us out. If they don't, maybe
it's a wrap.
Yeah,
I honestly
it would be just sell at everything we put our mind to.
Well, I mean, you look at gymnastics.
Period.
If
Black people are
penetrating, produced into gymnastics earlier, oh my God, the face of men's gymnastics would be completely changed. Especially here in the U.S., they would dominate just like the women's.
Yeah. I honestly felt like with Serena and Venus, even the women's side would have more by now, and it hasn't really. I mean, obviously we have like the Cocos, the Sloanes, the Naomis, and things like that, and the Taylor Townsend. I mean, there's been handfuls, Madison Keys, but I thought the way would have been the exposure that they've had, that there would be more, and it just shows you that there's still these barriers and cost barriers and things like that, and cultural barriers.
It ain't cheap.
Yeah, no, it's not cheap at all. So yeah, shout out to Tiafoe, Francis Tiafoe.
Yeah.
He's from like his parents are like I think he might be first generation. I think his parents were from Africa or like Haiti or somewhere like that. So that's a cool story to see, and hopefully it continues to stay there. So, anything else? Anything else on your hearts and minds before we get out of here?
Oh, I'm trying to. I don't know.
I had a whole bunch of stuff on my mind, but I just got an email that my flight got canceled tomorrow. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, boo, damn. Ugh.
Right.
It's like I gotta get places.
Right. Like, I want to go home.
I know that's right. Well, hopefully you get home
Delta,
safe.
I mean, Delta. Yeah, they took care of me. I'm just on a later flight, so I'm
Yeah.
not flying out at 6 in the morning. I'm flying out at 1, but I'm flying from San Francisco back to New York. So it's just literally flying all day. So that's going to put me getting back. It's right. I don't want to do that. So we got to see about this situation.
Well, safe travels to you, boo.
Hey,
I'll see you in a few days. And
yes,
it's always good to see you, boo.
You
Thanks
too.
for hopping in today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Absolutely, and I think you might be here next week. We'll see. Like, and
let me
if
know.
not,
I'm
you're
back.
always welcome whenever. So,
Exactly.
And,
Even if the other Jerell is back, I'll hop on.
Oh, there we go.
Say hi.
Be like, hey, girls.
I haven't seen the other Jerell in a minute.
No.
I
guess I haven't seen Jerell in person in a minute either. Actually,
I
see Dewan frequently now.
Yeah, and I got to see her. I got to see her in Paris. So
Paris.
I know. I got
and I was hopeful that I would see both of them when I go to Seattle next month. But Jerell's going to be in Jamaica with her family, so I won't see her. But,
now.
Oh, she's
she books busy.
She's gone. Mm-hmm.
She said, "I got this new job, bitch. I'm out here. I got these new coins, bitch. I'm out here."
She's like, I'm about to get me some status on these airlines too.
I know that's right, as she should. I know that's right. Well, community. Hopefully, your last week of Pride has been nice. It's Pride all year long. Continue to stay safe out there. People are crazy. If you're not registered to vote, it's that time of year to get registered. Make sure you're still registered because voting season is coming up here. There's some mayoral races and things like that across the company, and then get ready for next year. So until then, wash your hands, wash your legs, and wash that ass. Oh, it's summer swamp season, so please get in there. Touch the booty hole if you need to. Actually, not even if you need to. You probably
go
do
all
need
up
to.
in there.
So get in there.
Yep.
Right. See you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.